How's it going, everybody? My name is Jacob Ruda from 321 Media. Today I have a very special guest. Obviously, I cover the Chariho side. This is the boys coach for the Chariho basketball, Mr. Coach Gleason. How you doing?
Good to have. Thanks to be here.
Of course, absolutely. Obviously, being around this, you've coached since I was a kid over at Westerly, so you've been coaching for a good amount of time now. What led you into coaching?
Before I begin, I got to say, Jacob came to our camp when he was about 5 years old. And I remember Jacob, and he never ended up playing varsity basketball, but he was great because he was kind of like the leader. In what I look for in a player, you communicated, you allowed, you're enthusiastic. So that's what I always remember about you.
Appreciate it.
But again, it was a great 17-year stretch at Westerly. I got into coaching in the mid-'90s in Narragansett. I was a JV coach there for a number of years, and then went to Chariho. Mike Reyes, Chris Taco, and I had a great run at Chariho. Ended up winning a state title in 2006 at Chariho.
Wow, so that's Mike Reyes who's coaching.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then the following year, I got hired at Westerly. He got hired at Stonington.
Yep.
And Coach Taco lasted a couple more years at Chariho, and then ended up retiring as well. But my original coaching was, again, I grew up under, my father was a coach.
Right.
And I remember, and it's really neat, and I think my son will have some of these same stories with the Wesley kids, and he already does, going to practice in the old gym, which is now the fitness center. And I was probably like 3 years old watching my father coach at Westerly.
Wow.
And then he later went to Chariho as well, and was elected to the Hall of Fame for the Coaches Association. Wow. So just growing up under him, I always kind of wanted to coach and didn't quite know where that would lead. But again, I led back to Westerly where I teach, and great experience. I retired 2 years ago. Was really happy just watching my son and daughters play basketball and the other sports. And this year I got brought back into it.
Wow. Yeah, so that's an amazing story right there. Obviously, you said your father coached at Westerly first, and then he goes to Chariho.
Yep.
You're on the same path now, right? You said you were out of it.
Yep.
They brought you right back in. Talk about that. Obviously, father being a historic figure at Chariho, coaching there for years. Talk about that, just being able to follow the footsteps. And also,
it's kind of weird. That wasn't an intention.
Yeah.
Like, none of this was planned. And again, I know my father's proud. He's still around. He's going to every game.
That's incredible.
I think he's going to more games this year than he used to at Westerly. Again, part of that's the excitement of the team and how well we're doing. But again, after I got out, again, my main reason was to watch my son and daughter play. My daughter's a 7th grader, but Brendan was going to be a 9th grader at Chariho the following year. But I didn't know he was going to play varsity as a freshman. He ended up doing it. And again, I love watching them play, and the guys. They unfortunately didn't win many games, but they were very young.
Right, and last year, yeah.
You can kind of see it growing. Coach Downey again was again had a great career, and again, Chariho's got a basketball history.
Right.
People forget that after 2 years.
Right.
I think they won 4 games my son's freshman and sophomore year. But people forget 3 years ago they were an overtime away from going to the state semis with Jeremiah Graham.
Right.
And they won a state title within the last decade. Right. So people forget, like, Chariho has a rich basketball tradition. Wow. And again, 2 years, I mean, they were tough, but again, they were growing something. And when Coach Downey retired, I really didn't intend to put my name in, but kind of worked out. And
perfect. Yeah.
Long story short, I agreed to come back and having a lot of fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. I mean, yeah, obviously I covered them last season. They had, I think, 4 wins, I believe. 4 wins, but they're on the younger side.
Yeah.
Now I believe 1 senior on the roster, right?
Correct. Yep.
Rest are juniors and underclassmen, obviously, a few sophomores sprinkling into the roster. Talk about how close that junior class is in your lineup.
Yeah, again, they went through the tough times.
Yeah.
And again, last year they had 2 seniors, and Aiden and Sean were great leaders. They played hard, and the wins just didn't come. But they played together the whole year. And I think the sophomores and Riley Conroy as a freshman last year saw that good things were in the future if you keep working hard. Yep. So even though the wins didn't stack up, and that can be frustrating, as you know, I think and again, we talked about it day one, we got to be hungry. Yeah. Like we have potential here. And again, it's kind of come together quicker than maybe I envisioned. But again, I think that they wanted to do well, and they knew what